Okay, well, folks, I believe we're going to close out Stalingrad Pocket 2, going at the German half of the ninth game turn, which would be December 5th and 6th. I started to do the German move. I started to pull the 11th Panzer back and the Luftwaffe divisions. So I yanked the 11th Panzer away from their panzer battles on the Cheer. Haha. Maybe we'll go down that road next. I started to move thinking, okay, you know what? We're going to do this. We still got 2 more panzer divisions and a partial to come on. But that hasn't really benefited me so far. But I say that because, again, I think this was a dice roll thing. And the Soviets having all those determined attack markers. This was painful. So, because of the die rolls were so strong. I mean, like I say, look at this chart. I mean, it's bloody, no question about that. But I guess it was meant to be. But when a majority of your units are one-steppers, even 6th strength armor units, I think that just kind of represents the quality of the German tank in lesser numbers. How good those tanks actually were. That's why their attack factor, but they were just terrible on defense. If you didn't have Panzer Grenadiers, which there really aren't a ton of them, you didn't have much defense at all. So, probably had, okay, so I had, the 11th Panzer and Luftwaffe, all these running units right here. I was going to drive up that road and turn up and take some of this stuff. But then look what happened. 7th Tank, 5th Motorized. Some more armor showed up on the battlefield for the Russians, and they just raced right down there. And they've got nothing but almost guards units coming on here shortly. So, look at the casualty pool. See the Germans and Romanians and Italians compared to the Soviets? Pretty brutal. Pretty brutal. I don't know if that's an accurate depiction of what it was truly like. I mean, like I said, I know it was bloody, especially Stalingrad. Okay, so, I chose to pull out of Stalingrad, which that line's actually holding, but that's not going to last. All of these German units got cut off because they couldn't get back fast enough, and the Soviets driving down from the north right there, when they broke through, there was no stopping them. I mean, you're not going to do it with artillery units and headquarters. And look, I mean, the Germans lost one of their largest headquarters units right there. The Romanians and Italians, they've lost 3. Soviets haven't lost one yet. And when they get those, when they're using their Katyusha rockets, which I got smarter with once they came back, you can see I've only got 3 on the record track right now that have been used. Those things are punishing. So there was a Panzer unit that I brought over here to attack with right in this area. They're gone. They're wiped completely. They had 3 steps. They took 2 step losses in the combat, and then they had to retreat into a zone of control. That took care of the 3rd one. So we're trying to pull out. That victory location is going to be gone. The one they retook, Bogoskaya is going to be gone. The Russians still own this one, and I don't see them, I don't see them losing that because all of this Russian armor is going to be over here in their next move because the Germans have already moved here, and they'll never recover that. So that'll be gone. This one here will probably be gone because I was getting ready to pull these Germans back. I had to do something because I got to form a tighter line somewhere, but there's not going to be enough strength to counterattack, and then there's no way I'll cover all this over here. And while you still see units sitting there, they're about to get smacked in the face real hard. So like I said, I started to do the movement turn, and then about a third of the way into it, I'm like, there's no way. It's no matter how hard I sit here and brainstorm it, I can't figure out what I'm going to do to recover what was lost. All right, so now that that's over, what should I have done? All right, so here's an option. You can evaluate this. Maybe I should have hung on to Stalingrad, beefed it up, and then drew a defensive along the river line here down to the Don. Yeah, down to the Don, and then just collapsed the Germans back here on the Don River. And then waited for the buildup. The problem is a lot of reinforcements come in over here on these sides for the Germans. Which, in in a mobile warfare type, that's not impossible. They could have broke through somewhere else and come in behind. So that could have potentially been a blessing. So while I say that I wasn't captured by this game, with that strategic possibility in mind, I got a feeling I'm going to end up having to set this one up again sometime and try that. I'm going to make a note in my notebook here about maybe attempting that. Getting the Germans off the front line in the undefensible areas. Like instantaneously start pulling them back and try to keep the Russian armor from overrunning, because they got a lot of it. And get back behind this, or give up those victory points. Give up 1, 2, 3, 4 right off the bat, maybe 5. And then that would leave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then all of Stalingrad, which is 6. So that would leave 12 to worry about and cover. So that I think it's a possibility. Give it a whirl. The next time I try this. Yeah, I was ready to take this box back up, put it on the shelf, and never look at it ever again. But now I'm curious to a different approach. All right, well, we'll probably leave this one set up for a day or two before I decide the next one I want to put on there. Still got my last Blitzkrieg, the Blitzkrieg Legend going on. I'm going to get back after that, and I got the Battle of Iuka, the Civil War one. I'm going to do some shooting on that. So one last look at the supplies, or the devastation caused to the Italians and Germans. Look at all that armor sitting over there dead. As minimal compared to the Russians. And then one last look. You can see the map, the way it was starting to take shape. Like I say, the danger area is down in here. And definitely where they're already across the river here. And then that's just a massive Soviet armor. And then, of course, these guys over yonder, right here. And like I say, they still got all that guard stuff to come on yet. All right, let's get this thing posted. Let y'all evaluate it. Tell me what you think. Tell me what I may have missed. Or tell me what a better play option was for the Germans. Because I'm not seeing it from the method I took. Like an epic fail almost. All right, let's get this up. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll talk to you shortly.